on from their parents. They tell them, no, we, according to our tribe, we do this. We don't do this. So, sometimes you discover that I think that's what they say. People who are involved in this developmental activities in rural areas. That's what they are told nowadays. In the past, they thought to say, oh, it's a matter of maybe going to the village, telling the people what to do, to motivating them to do something. Yeah? So they discover they go other areas, telling the people, some people will embrace what they're saying, and they'll go to other areas, they'll find that people are reluctant to do what they're told. So they were not thinking much about culture, right? It's when they discover, no, you need to be careful, because these groupings you are communicating with, they are people with different cultures and norms and beliefs. So if you go there without knowing about their cultural beliefs and all these elements to culture, even connected to religion, because it goes together, you might go there and then you think you are giving them information that is going to help them, without knowing that some of the information you are giving them is against their culture. So once you give the community something that is against their culture, and they feel that it's against their culture, it will be almost a big problem for them to change. That's why I say that, okay, when you try to initiate change, you need to make sure that the minds of the people, they are in a state that they can embrace and change. Whereby you don't have to tamper with the people only go to Cambodia, there are Muslims there. So those areas you need to know, okay, what are the things maybe that make the Muslims don't like? I hate that if somebody says, okay, you go to that area and then you are telling that the chief project manager is a woman. And he's telling them, well, the type of people they say, according to them, they don't expect maybe a woman to be a leader in projects. So you wondering why you are giving the members everything, but they don't want to do it. Forgetting that the person who was doing it according to their culture is not someone they can, for example, bow down to. So it's just those elements that is supposed to be observed when you are trying to make sure that, okay, you are trying to initiate this change. And the change can alter the course of history, societies, and have moved from simple to complex cases of change. These societies have moved. You've seen some in Europe. If you check their history, they were not living the way they are living. They were living in a certain way, but now they are living in a certain way because they have change and habit in that society. And due to the process of change, humanity have recorded the corrupt monsters like colonialism, slavery, to maintain only a few, right? So you have these old concepts that were eradicated because there was change that took place. And change can take place within a social organization or a cultural setting, right? So that is something that we need to keep in mind. Now let's go to cultural change. I think normally when we're talking about the social, I think we were thinking about sociology, right? The way people live, or things that have to do with the way society are living in certain locations and connected. So, I mean, when you talk about change, it's affecting. Okay, so on the cultural change, I know we're going to come back to the social change, but then in time, let's just go to the cultural change first. So we have talked about culture being the way people live their lives. Meaning, when you talk about the culture change, the culture has to, you can't do the people life. Now, I think these are go to social change social change can be defined as the modification in the mode of interactions of members of a society, right? And the social change may be planned or may be evolved naturally, right? So the way modification in the mode of interactions of members of the society, right? Members of society, the way they interact, if now there are modifications in that process, in the way they interact, that's the change we're talking about. And then some sociologists believe that the cultural changes often lead to social change, right? So the thing is, if you think about the way we define culture, and you think about the culture, and you think about social life. Social life is the way people interact, right? So how do you connect it? For example, if I were to do one example, how to pass a move, my proposal, I after take away minimum one, that's the way we interact. So that interaction, you see that it is connected to a certain culture. So you can see the link between that culture and the social life. So if you think about if you can change the culture, for example, so obviously there will be anti culture, but at the same time, now you see, it's not now instead. I'm surprised they are like to go down. What's up? Then they're using power by that. And so I'm just saying this. Okay. Let me Can you reach that place? If you can. So go figure it. Pick up any more power. Then bring the number that's off and then we'll switch it over again. Yeah. Okay. So can you yeah. Okay. What was that doing? Okay, so as I say that it's obviously if somebody changes culture, social, in terms of the way they interact with people also change. So there's also going to be social change. That's why I say sociologists believe that the cultural changes often lead to social change. And social change, in the ways, is a significant alteration of social structure, right? And when you talk about social structure, it's like the way people, let me say, the social setting, the way communities are set up in a location, right? Like Bulogo, Lingajibuti, social setting in a country, there's that social structure, right? Where you know, like different people belonging to different groups are placed in a certain design and location and all these elements or status. Right? So that's social structure. So if there can be that moderation, because if that social structure can be changed, can also be impacted when there is that element. It's so about the change. There is the cultural change, or if you talk about it, we talked about the cultural change, then you go to social change, which can also lead to that social structure change, right? So it's all connected. And talk about the pattern of social action and interaction, including consequences and the manifestation of structure embodied in the norms, right? Conduct, values, all that. So what it was. So the thing is, since we are talking about this cultural change and social change in the whole world, is linked to how connected societies are in the world at the moment, whereby there is that interconnection and interaction. For example, you have a community from a certain location in another country that could be involved with what is happening in another country, and they will try to initiate change in another part of the world, right? So you have such kind of happenings that are happening in a very, very frequent way, and as a result, this social change is being manifested in a very different or very, very fast way. And an example here is give an example like the way in Africa, that in Africa we used to have that system whereby there was that political setup, a system that was set up. Like so you have this social system, right? Your social system is more or less like it was that way whereby there was a lot of interaction between what you are concerned with what's happening with your colleagues. But now with the Western media, there's this promotion of the capitalist system, whereby it's basically nothing, right? So people just thinking about themselves. Right? You don't care about what is like a no. You always have but nowadays things are also because if you see they are trying to the learning of the capitalist mentality to say drama, all those things. In the past people are not thinking about themselves. I'm not talking no one has discovered this capitalist system that has been promoted by the Western media is a system whereby you have some people who are very rich and some people who are very poor. And the rich are just becoming rich, poor and people are just people. Well, these people have got the money, they don't want to share, but they're the same people who own the means of production. They're still overcharging these poor people. People who cannot pay much, they'll take little money they have, they'll be paying to the rich, they will become poor. So if they have the gap between rich and poor will just be widening, right? So that's the system that has been now adopted in Africa, the change that is happening in, which is resulting now in the social change. Because once they have mentality, the capitalist mentality, is where they will stop their normal interaction with people. People carry about them, who are not happy, put a home with the way you go. When you go, understand that what is the way you go? When you look at that, part of that, really is that. What is the way you go? No, they will be part of the way. Why? So that they can grab, and grab. Come at the thinking, grab them to the soup. You should have part you need to say, they need all this motivation spirit. How to be a millionaire within 1 year. They don't tell you to share the money. They don't think about what you in the drama. So this matter is like the same way. How about sharing to other people without this? When you see the you're looking at you. You will, you will. So that's now the change that is coming. When we talk about social change in Africa now, and even in our occasion, and this one I'm not saying you will connect it to the culture because it's communicated. Like they adopt the culture because they adopt the culture they want to book a drama that I said. Then they will discover, what's capitalism? Now they want to form society. So you discover that the culture change is resulting into the social change, into the social changing of the social structure, into all these changes in the society, right? So that's this one in here when we're talking about it, we're not mentioning much of the media, but in all this, the media is playing a role. Because this is the information we are talking about here, even the issues to the capitalism, where is there to get that information? It is through the media, right? So, had it been the media was not there, you have been even problem to know what do they? So, it will be a little bit, a problem for the most of these setups, social structures to be affected. So, that's something that is need to be observed. And now, the common reported practice of being our brother's keeper, like in Africa, basically stress this point. Like with the capitalist system of production, this practice we're talking about, whereby in Africa we can learn practice to say we are our brother's keeper, meaning you cannot allow your brother to be sleeping on an empty stomach when you have good food, right? But now that practice appears to have lost the meaning as people struggle to pay for themselves, right? Upholding the capitalist principle of individualism rather than the community. Because this one was different in the past when we had this communism. I think it was the Soviet Union, which was Russia. And now, I think in China, we're going to do the same thing. But it has been deemed by the Western media. When the West, that's what they don't do. So what they say, when you come to America, you can make it. You can become a millionaire. Because they want to promote this personal focus. To say, you know, if you want me to have billionaire, will be billionaire. So not everybody is thinking about it like a career drama. Because the way we are having in this world, I was saying that it's not a way we are having someone who's having $200 billion, one person, and another part of the world you have someone who has got $0 million. Zero. How does that happen? How is the money being shared? You were supposed to have people who have less money but not zero and somebody having billions. Or we say the family having trillions. It's now a problem. It's where they don't think about anything, social structure. Are we making things to make sure that anyone in a social structure, in a society, have got something? No one was saying that in Africa, we explain a lot that we have a system as a country. Anyone who is in a country is a citizen, is entitled to have something. So you have to be aware that you have maybe some people in the country that are doing a poor country. Maybe they don't afford anything in the market. How are those people going to live if you don't give them anything? If you go to this developed country and discover there is a specific amount of money, it's coming from tax money. That amount of money is an assumption that you can have people who are not employed. So if they don't have anything, at least they should have something to buy food. So there is a certain amount of money. If you are unemployed, you go at a certain place, government place, and you receive something. And you also have places whereby you go and receive lunch, and then you serve for people who don't have money. And it doesn't have anything now. It's all about having that policy, and then it's taken from people's tax, right? But in that one, it means they are thinking about the social element that there should be these people in society, right? But the problem whereby you have is the richest people and also the poor in the same community. It's usually perpetuated by that type of system, like a capitalistic system, whereby you have like people who are monopolizing, because it's all about the money. The money is amount of money it is at the center. It's the same. So if somebody has got a lot of money, if somebody has got more money, it means that amount of money is very few people. So that's now something to see. Okay, so that is what is happening. That is we're having such particular change. Also connected to this now the globalization, which is now one of the instrument which is taken as an instrument of the social change, right? Because this concept of globalization, like they talk about, they say globalization, like according to this author, globalization of social life, both influences and is influenced by changing patterns of urbanization, right? So it's all about the thing that we are, as we said, that we are living as the global village. So that element of living as the global village, that's the globalization we are talking about, right? We are now sharing things together in the world and living as if it's one city or setup. So we are having this, let's say, urbanization element, whereby you have people that were living in rural areas trying to transform into urban areas. So once you transform to rural, you go and check the rural setting, check the way they live in rural areas. There's a type of social structure in the rural area. So if these people are now transforming from rural to urban, some things are changing. So it's not a matter of just changing the house, no. Even the way they live, their life is going to change. You just look around, go in areas that are now, even if you can consider to be urban areas. Check the way people live in those areas. And go places where you see these are rural areas. Check the way they live. You are even completely different. The way they interact, and you have people in rural areas, like there might be so many people living in certain rural areas, but you discover those people, they could be knowing each other by name. Oh, Akili, oh, but there are so many people. They would know names, they are very close to society, right? Then you go, there are very few people, anything. Everybody would know neighbors, don't know neighbors of the country. Come on, the man don't know it, and what you have, one, two people, you don't even know who you may have been looking. You can't, when I got my house, I don't know, you may have one neighbor, you don't even know the name. So, it means these people can change. You set in you discover that even they will not be now. We're not talking to each other more. They will be kind of individualistic life. That's what is happening now. Little by little, urbanization is completely new. But they're not going to be most of the town. In fact, what about the David or the what do you want to wear? Focus on the local people. Focus on the local people. What is it? Kulokosa people is a very one person neighbor who was going to go and for the time zero. You body just come and use it. but they will not know who are carrying what they mean. So that's now the change that now we see that it comes about due to just changing from the rural area to this process of urbanization. So you can connect everything from the urbanization to the globalization to the social change and social structure. So you see all these things are connected, and you see how if one aspect that is influencing the other aspect. Okay, what else? So there's this social change. There could be approaches, various approaches to this social change. Because the social change, when you think about it, it's not just the one that just happening by chance. There could be social change that could happen naturally. There could be social change that could be intentional, initiated by some people who want to change, right? So, broadly, you think about changing, social change in two ways, like the evolutionary approach and the evolutionary approach. When it comes to the evolutionary approach, this is the process by which organism develops naturally. That's what I'm saying, that it will be natural, right? From a simple to complex organism over time. An example is they talk about the way Charles Darwin's concept, Charles Darwin, evolution of human. I think you remember that, whereby there's this person called Charles Darwin. He tried to explain how we evolved as human beings. So himself, he was saying that we are where we are because of evolution. He was saying, no, we started like a fish in the water, and then the fish were changing by the time losing legs, and then starting to claw on the land, and this is where, like a monkey. I think you've seen that. So that's Charles. So that one is evolution, meaning it's happening naturally. So meaning this social change can happen naturally without somebody initiating it. Just because of the passage of time, we're interacting with maybe so many things, we're seeing things in the social media, mass media, and society will start changing little by little as time goes. Right? So which means this one it needs a lot of time to go by, to be where it is. While on the contrary, we have this revolutionary approach, and this is now the intense and dramatic changes or relations of the patterns of social organizations, right? And these changes may be political, economical, or even cultural, depending on the culture or the nature of the revolution. So revolution, as I've said, if now the social change is really initiated by people who say we want change. So the revolution could be instant. It would happen maybe today. People will see that if it's political. People will say we want to get the president out today. It could happen. If they can tell you to say let's make it happen. It will happen. But if they say no, we want it to do one day, it's going to happen, so you wait for natural things to happen. So they have to wait. By the time people will say, okay, they have to be 5 years, after 5 years, they will have the election. So that's natural. So you have to wait for that. If anything happens, maybe before 5 years, something has happened, but not that you engineer it, but it has happened naturally. It will change, right? So that's how it will happen. So what I was going to say here, and the revolutions, if you check the history of revolutions, like these are some of the definitions in the dictionary. describe the revolution. Revolution, if you check this from this political, the nationalist, people who are fighting for their rights, like in Malawi, like people like what they are initiating, initiating a revolution. What they were pushing for? It's not a revolution. It's a revolution. Pushing for things to happen now, instantly. Not to say we're going to wait for maybe after this person has grown. Then no, they didn't want to do that. That's why. So if you think about that's why you can discover that the same revolution, because it's not natural, it could be violent or non-violent. Because it's something that you're forced. Yeah? So when it comes to the revolution, there's that either it could be peaceful or it could be a violent change, right? It will depend on how it's been pushed. And here talk about, we just say like in terms of the violent revolution, there are examples saying the revolution that happened in history, where it's violent. Even in Africa, you think about, there's a lot of issues you can think about in Africa, whereby people demanding change in the government, right? And so government, especially in West Africa, there's a lot of political coups there. Those are initiating change, but in the government. That's trying to change something. But I mean, all those changes to be political. But you need to do everything, what we are talking about here, the social struggle, because everything will change after, right? So here there's an example of the French Revolution, 1789, the Russian Revolution, and all those. The Industrial Revolution in the Western Europe, maybe you can try to Google that and check what happened. But here the definition will say revolution is a complete change in ways of thinking, method of working, and as I said, violent or non-violent, right? And also, what else? So here again, we give an example that although you are having that environment and violence and there are what the things you are talking about, but I say here also social change can also be initiated by innovation, because it's all about the social. It's all about initiated by revolution and only just the evolution, but the innovation to take part, whereby it was somebody innovated something, and I think in that way, I don't know why I can place that, because if it's innovation, maybe it's place that is natural, but it seems since somebody has to do something, you have to. So it's more like it's revolution, but it's not the revolution in the sense we are talking about of that. But still, somebody, for example, saying people used to, somebody has come and innovated electricity. People now immediately have stopped Mr. Nyari and Mr. Shomatis. But it's not good just national. Somebody has done something to initiate that change. But it's not violent, it's not advice again, but it's still something, but it's now an innovation. New innovation, and that's what you can even connect to the society. That the new innovations, they do foster change easily, right? I know it's still debatable, because the more you get to understand society, and when you split society and the social structure, the religion, And when it comes to the religion and the society and the social norms, and you start to think about small things like what they are told, like in their religion, what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do, and if you read in culture, right? Like you say, take culture and take religion. Culture and religion combine these two and try to think about change. So you discover this culture and religion, the two hold, they are very strong. The belief that people have, or the knowledge they will hold about the culture and religion. If you don't intend to change this, you can try to initiate change from the other side. It will not happen. Because if they know that whatever you are doing is against the norms of their culture or their religion, they are friends, like they advertise friends. People come to advertise, and then they will bring in something that is maybe against the culture of a certain group. But as long as they know that over religion, people, when they, most of these religions, people just have strong religious norms, and if you don't consider them, it could be a problem, right? So that's why it's something that we need to keep in mind when you're thinking about this. So obstacles to social change. These are some of the obstacles to social change. Because this is an example I was talking about that people will be reluctant to change. Why? Inferiority complex. This is one of the things, right? So inferiority complex is whereby there's some other grouping whereby if you tell them that they can do something, they don't believe it. They will say, you can't do it. What they do, they don't believe it. They feel that they're not reachable, they can't be that level. So, if you are initiating social change, if you have the people, these are things you need to group these people who want rural areas to, initiate different projects. These are the things they will face, right? Most of the people, they go there without knowledge of anything that you're going to have a problem with the culture. So now, you have people in the world that, like, no, I've been there, no. This is easy, for example, if you are creating a breaking culture. Then the moment you are telling them, if you do that for a long time, if you come and tell the people, because they have been used they will be thinking about no, what's the thing? No, it's the guy if you go also I can so you see, that is now you use the book but they even teach the only thing people will be having that mentality that they are inferior, they cannot do something because of that. So once you have the group that they feel inferior, to try to motivate that group to change their way of life, it will be an answer, right? Inability to tamper with your comfort zone. They are penalty, I think you already know. You are with a penalty, but I want to put some stuff here. I put some stuff in my sheet of the woman, I put some stuff. Some of the years I'm a kind of mind that I take up a big Muta, Zova from the big Zagovic. They're not even changing. Only one can they think of something else different between that? Why you? Even though I'm not going to which means for them, they are comfortable with where they are. That's their comfort zone. So if you think, what you are trying to do is, Manomo area is, when you say change, is either going down or going up. Now, if you find you was there, then you are trying to move to help to make the change. Who are moving? You are yourself. They are not going to change. Even if you control the way, no, about what you know, what meaning, who are people? Why you are there? How would I make about the program as a 14? They was a little bit as so what was going to go there? And this is not because of what? Who is going to still doing this? That's now training in ability to talk about one comfort zone. So this is also where if you are trying to initiate social change, this is another obstacle you can find. Another obstacle is the inability to embrace new concepts. So this inability to embrace new concepts, what is means if you want them to change, it means you're bringing in some other new concepts on how they can make an advance. So it would be that maybe they're not getting the nitty-gritties of how that process is supposed to work. So sometimes when you even people speak who can need it, some people it's not a good you won't look at it. The way many market was that my boss is done with, and when they didn't get it, some people were understand so if you have a society that they don't they don't understand well the concept that you're bringing for them to change, that is their own stuff. They cannot change. Other people that are there, right? So that's another area that is also doing that. And the other one is the procrastination, right? Procrastination is that way you want to this is okay. I said you can move it around. That's procrastination. You find that situation where this is you go there, okay, you tell you what I don't know, so you have a society push back. Once they are doing that, you see, we're going to change. Because some kind of expect the amount of it, I will keep on that. Keep on that, there's something that changed. So you have that situation that can also prevent can be an obstacle to change, social change. Another one is fear of breaking one's tradition and the social norms. This is what I was talking about. Now, most of the people, they embody their tradition and social norms, including the religious, very clear. Once you just bring something, don't put a seed and we also do not think how they did. The people that crash it down, norms, social norms. For example, say that you know, Sunday Martin, you also have your church. That is something to change. Because they are not going to accept it because they know that it is the culture that they got to norms now. They don't know. That means that if you think about connected to these cultural norms and the religious beliefs, it's a problem to do that. So last time, we also think about the inability to set priorities, right? Whereby this is you want to change, but now you have got a lot of things to do. You have now come there with a lot of things to do. So because they have a lot of things to do, they don't know what you have to do. Ici, tu vas regarder, tu vas abonner, tu vas dire, moi, je ne vais pas gagner. They are not so sure they are made. So if you are put into a society like that one, or people like that one, it's like it will be a problem for them to say change can just happen instantly. Because the people you find is that you need to you find that is a problem. Right? Okay, what else? And here, think about the relationship between the social change and the mass media. I think we're talking about this without time. So say, as well media is, and the potential and how powerful and important the tools. It will be amazing powerful and important tools for the social change. Through the faction news, but the features and the editorials, the mass media can set the agenda for the society, right? And that will lead to evolution of any kind. Also, through documentaries, the mass media can feature issues that bring transformation in the society, right? Because this different programs never can make from this election. We've been hearing, if you hear news about government, most of the time, materials are of some things that you need to understand. Cannot even take 1 minute. Can even need to take 2 hours for you to understand it. It cannot influence you who is citizen. Even when I was Russia, Ukraine, you don't know materials that means. You cannot dissuade it daily and see whether I was in those from the beginning. A, B, C, D, E, E, it's when you discover the whole thing. So, because of that, it's the same as the way the story of the news is coming. The mass media is aware of it. So, there are different programs with that aim. Papa can use programs whereby I have the headlines now, but some other programs whereby they want you to understand something fully. Then you have to document it. If I talk 1 hour, then you divorce. When that's way of soul. You should not come much. Down to the Miss Mama, who now those who know it. But look at the minute, which people with their aim of somebody appreciate the way you bring at the at that end of the day, can even influence you to change. You can influence you to not let my idea no kind of believe. You can go after we have a thing there, from the people who will be good at me, who will the drums that challenge over the drum. I don't discover one of the drums that are so cheap. Who will now end up being influenced to change because of that. So that's the part that is being played by the media into influencing some changes into the society, So you have all those types of programming on different issues that are portrayed by different formats. By editorial, it's like you have the news, as I said, you have the editorials whereby their opinions. Sometimes we deliver them, but the aim of the editorial, most of them, is to influence. News in the campaign, most of the news is just to inform, right? They will give you stories, tell you. Editorials are never coming, they are aiming now to influence. Why editorials check newspaper? After the newspaper factory, let's check editorials and read it. They will give their opinion. Which means they are going to try to influence you to do something. So you have the editorials, the videos to initiate evolution. Why it's called evolution? Because they want it to happen naturally. It's not possible. They want you to hear the facts. They want you to realize the new. Naturally, you make a decision. You say, oh, I think it made more than I think it has to be. So that's knowledge when you are enforcing that. With revolution, it can also happen. And that's your opinion. It's just an example now. You can opinion, but I don't think people can be normally natural trouble. So we are not excited to put that in the capital. It was all the social mass media. He just said, today we're going to march to the capital. He said, from a media, from CNN, the BBC, CNN, they moved the district part. Now they're using the law and the evidence because it was used. So what they were doing that day, that was a revolution. They wanted to change things using the violent means instant. But now, what was who motivated the claim that the speech motivated? So you can even see that mass media can even initiate social change in a violent way. Also in a peaceful way. So which means we can initiate a revolution and even evolution. Here also the mass media have, in terms of the relationship, the mass media have the power to build and destroy a person or institution. Well, that's the thing. They can also be used to prosecute development projects, which means this one will be taken as another point here. Okay, this one. Right. They can also be used to prosecute the developmental projects of different kinds. The mass media direct members of the public on which direction to follow on public issues as the purveyor of the people's time through their educative information and the entertaining programs. The mass media can bring unprecedented changes in the society, right? So all these, right? So you can even appreciate how, in terms of this, like destroying the person of institution, you have the lesson right now is, you know, P did it, right, in social media. Yeah. He saw the media. Yeah. He's been destroyed by the media. Check P did there, check Arakel. Yeah. The media is the one now that instead of just reporting on the issues, little by little, started something, and now Arakel, he went to jail just because it was nothing. It was just a film, a documentary film that was made. Somebody collected information and made a documentary surviving Arakel. I think you heard about that. After that documentary is where all these court cases start coming. You have that documentary is always solidify to it, tell the people that this person is guilty. And everybody believes it because he portrays people who are, they say the victims, let them speak emotionally, all those things. So that's how you can see dangerous how the media can be, can destroy even institutions. You have institutions that will be damaged, right? I remember the living in this German camera should be Volkswagen, watching the thing. Someone just reported to say, no, the information is they gave to the world about carbon emissions of their cars were false information. They did not tell the truth. So now the issue was started to be pursued in the media. All of a sudden, investigators came in and they proved that I think it's true. It ended up for them to pay millions, if it's not billions of dollars. And since then, the company has never been the same. It's been a problem. Right? So that's the thing. And lastly, on the relationship between the social and social change and mass media. Okay, let's see here. Here there is a person who argues that through vernacular newspaper, the village dwellers were warned and organized to participate in the community programs of their communities that in generating social change. He argues that the mass media ported tools to social change that community journalism is well harnessed and has funded by the appropriate stakeholders who bring change at a grassroots level. So social change can be appreciated in sociology of the mass media. So this one is just be taken like I think it's an example in Malawi. We see these things happen, like through programming whereby because they always encourage the governments to be taking part in conditions of development in the country, right? When you really hearing such programs, the aim is they are trying to initiate social change, right? They know that the people have mentality of what is religious. For that, that's the mentality. It's like comfort zone already. So they are trying to change that notion to say, no. Don't just expect to be religious. You need to also be part of it. Yeah? So what they're trying to do is nothing else. They're trying to initiate social change, but now the mass media is the one that is now, you know what you hear tuvetemina mangi masewero udimina tekatilenge radio ma TV maybe the banking newspaper ya unene ya jiwa all things. I think you check it because newspaper ya jiwa ni kaka. I think sema kaka mwingine. Usually we find out most of the stories of kaka na people maybe jambo. This is only me was so far. They're trying to foster the same thing. Right, so that's all about the media and culture, and also media, the social change, and the also globalization and others. So today, this is where we can pause. I think we have exhausted all the things I wanted to say for today. Okay. Then, no, we'll see tomorrow for the independent of that. Anything that is done in the morning. Yeah, I think it's what we'll meet tomorrow. Yeah, because when we look and the part of what it is like, try to cover the makeup classes that I've seen that it's becoming a problem to cover up. The best way is we just be using normal time there. When we done most of the things that we want to do, I don't think we're so many. If we have got time, we're going to cover areas of medicine and oncology. That will be covered. And I think we just have to squeeze it in. But I think one and then we will create my own. Yeah. All right. I think we'll switch it off again. What's the end of this library? Yeah, check out the window tables when you come. Same, I don't know, it's not, what is it, the same place in the yeah, okay.